I'm Sean Bose, concert visual designer in Los Angeles, California. Today, I'm going to walk you through what I have in my VJ kit. A well-equipped VJ kit is essential for getting the job done and addressing any problems or issues that might come up. Every job is different, so your needs might be different than my needs. This is just what I carry and have found useful for the festival gigs that I do. If you have anything that you love to have in your kit, please comment down below and let us all know. I didn't start with all of this gear. I've sort of built it up over the years, and from learning from the people around me and seeing what they have and what has been helpful, and I'll add that into my kit. So your contributions help all of us become better and more prepared VJs. First, let's talk about the bags and cases that I use. Of course, this once again works with what I carry with me, and it's what I've found works for me. Your needs might be different, so if you have suggestions, drop them down below. But let's talk about what I use. I usually use a combination of my backpack and a Pelican case, and that is what fits all of my gear. The backpack I have is from Alienware. It matches the laptop that I have, so I know that it's going to fit, and I like all of the storage options that it has. It tends to work for what I have. It can carry both of my laptops in there, and it's really well protected and padded, and it has a bunch of other slots and pouches for some of the other peripheral items that I will mention in the list. So I really like it, but I'll drop down below some other great backpacks, especially if you have a beefy 17-inch laptop, which is a bit harder to find a backpack for. For a Pelican case, I tend to use the 1447 top loader case with the office divider kit. This is a great rolling case, super durable, and with the office dividers, it fits my laptop and MIDI controller and all of my extra little bits and bobbles. It's also not quite carry-on friendly, but it does fit, so you can kind of get away with it for traveling. Another one that's really popular is the Pelican 1535 carry-on size case. This case does not fit my 17-inch laptop inside of it, but it can fit pretty much everything else. It can fit an APC 40 and a bunch of other gear if you want to stick that in there. So that's another very popular option. But Pelican has a ton of different sizes and shapes and form factors. So give them a look and check out which one works for you. All right, now let's talk about the gear that I actually have inside of the kit. First and foremost, I have my VJ laptop, and I also carry an old MacBook that I use for show control, or if a tour manager shows up with a Mac-only formatted drive, which they always do. Next on the list is my MIDI controllers and the USB cables and other cables that go with them. I generally carry a APC 40 Mark II. Sometimes I also bring my MIDI Fighter 3D or my MIDI Fighter Twister. I also have an APC Mini that I like to bring sometimes as a backup. It just has most of the buttons of the APC, and it's super small, so I can toss it in there just in case something fucks up. Next, I like to bring a power strip. Usually the house guy already has a power strip set up, or the LED tech has a power strip set up, but it makes me sleep better at night knowing that I have a power strip that has enough slots for everything that I plan to use. On a similar note, I also have a powered USB hub. That way I have a ton of USB ports available so that all my MIDI controllers and everything can get plugged in, and I still have space for when a tour manager shows up with a hard drive 5 minutes before their set, so I don't have to unplug my MIDI controller to get their visuals downloaded during the show. Next, I have dongles. Gotta have your dongles. I like to make sure that I have a couple dongles of each type that lets me go from each of the outputs that I have on my machine to some of the common output cables that I might run into. For me, that's USB-C to HDMI, and mini display port to HDMI. I have a few of those ready to go, and a few other ones just in case. You never know when you're gonna need a DVI or something like that. It's been a long time since I've had to use one of those, but they're out there, so might as well have some dongles just in case. I also have capture cards inside my VJ kit. I have an HDMI capture card and an SDI capture card, both from Magewell. These allow you to capture outside sources into your computer, whether those are from cameras or from another VJ or some other video source that you need to capture in and run through Resolume and send to screens. I also have an audio interface, which is a similar type of device, but for audio. So it allows you to take in audio signals or send out audio signals. I have a Focusrite Scarlett Solo, just a little guy. Lets me take in an XLR or quarter-inch input from the soundboard or from my timecode machine or from a playback machine, that I can get timecode or audio or send out audio for like an intro or something like that. If you're interested in picking up any of the things I'm mentioning in this video, there's a link down in the description to my kit.co collection that has all of these items listed. With affiliate links, it doesn't add any cost to you, but it gives me like 3 cents. So, sweet. Next on the list is a mouse and a mouse pad. VJing with the trackpad is not my thing. I like to use the mouse, and I like to have a hardwired mouse and a mouse pad because you don't know what surface you're going to be on. It might not be super nice or super mouse friendly. Next up is backup drives. I have a couple of external SSDs that I store some visuals on, my project files, anything related to the show. I can also use to transfer files between computers. And I also have a couple thumb drives on hand that I could give to a tour manager or somebody to drop their visuals on. And, they're super cheap, and I don't really care if they run off like I would with my SSD. So good to have a few different storage options in case you need to transfer files or XMLs or visuals or something around on site. Next is gaff tape. I have a couple of rolls of gaff tape in my bag, which, it's tape. It's good for securing things down, do whatever you got to do. And gaff tape is great because it's got good strength, but it doesn't stick super hard or leave a nasty residue. It's really widely used in production. Kind of expensive, so keep an eye on it. Don't let it walk off, but good to have. I have a big roll of the duct tape size stuff, and then I also have a bunch of small rolls of different colors that I can use to label things like cables or faders or things like that. I want to color code things and just give things some sort of labeling to help me remember what's going on. All right, next in the kit is a laptop stand and a laptop cooling pad. These are great for getting your laptops up off the table if table space is limited, getting a little bit more air under them for if it's super hot and you need some extra airflow. I don't use them all the time, but they are handy to have just to give your setup a little more versatility, and especially at these outdoor summer festivals that just a cheapo laptop cooling pad can do wonders. Next, we're going to talk about earplugs. Ear protection at these kinds of events is essential. Some of these festivals and shows are pushing 100, 105 decibels for hours and hours and hours, and that is enough to cause hearing damage. So, you want to have some sort of ear protection, whether it's the foam, cheapo, disposable guys. I carry a kit of silicone ones that I got from Guitar Center or Amazon or something. Or you can go get custom molded Super Pro, really nice ones if you want to invest in that. All of them will help. So use something. On a related note, I also have a few other sort of like a mini health kit items inside my bag for every show. Some like Tylenol or like headache medication, eye drops, chapstick, little things like that make sure that you're feeling well and able to perform at a high level. It can be very dusty and dry at some of these events, so keeping those eyes lubricated and keeping you from having a pounding headache, it's useful. So, and you might help out a friend of yours who's having a rough time. And lastly, some sort of a light. A lot of events are in dark spaces or at night, so having some sort of flashlight or headlamp or something like that you can set up and use to find things in the dark. Very useful. You don't want to be fumbling around in the dark not knowing what you're doing. All right, so that is what I have inside my VJ kit. Like I said, if you have anything that you have in your kit that I didn't mention, please drop it in the comments below. Let us know what you like to have in your kit. If you have any other recommendations for bags or cases or anything like that, love to hear about it. I'm always trying to upgrade and optimize my stuff. Huge shout out to anybody I've ever worked with, but especially the guys in the Imminent crew for inspiring me along the way and helping me to build up this kit that I have over time. A lot of this stuff is, not physically stolen from them, but the idea was stolen from them. That's where I learned about these 1447 Pelican cases that I absolutely love. They are perfect for me. So shouts out to them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and come back later for more videos. Thanks for watching. Peace.